What's up, everybody? Crazy Eats here, and today we're going to be looking at the third piece to Predaking, and this is Headstrong. So let's take a look at the figure and then his accessories and do some comparisons. So far off the bat, looking at him, I like him the most out of the other two that I looked at. He's got some really good color breakup, and he's chunky, and he's a bull, so it kind of fits the chunkiness of it. The other two, there's no excuse for him being that fat. Anyway, that being said, let's take a look at his detailing and the colorations and all that other good stuff that comes with looking at a figure. So we're going to start from the head and work our way down. So the bull head is pretty much forms a helmet for Headstrong's head. It's all orange. You got a silver visor and a yellow face, and he's just like, very stoic look on his face. Not smiling, nothing. No emotion. Going down, he's got a big yellow body, Autobot logo with some black and some silver breakup with some detailing as well. Going off to the arms and the shoulders, orange on black, and the hands are all molded in. And he does have, I believe he has, yeah, he does have the feet right there, as his arms, of course. Typical animal transformation, the arms are the feet, the front legs, the back legs are on the bottom of the legs, typical stuff you see with this stuff. Black legs and thighs, big old orange animal bit right there, yellow toesies. Now he does have this, so when you transform, you're pretty much making the frame of the leg, but there's nothing covering this part, so you got this big old hollow gap with more gaps to follow. But again, I'm not worried about that so much. I want to see how he looks as Predaking anyway. Going in the back, this is where he falls apart, and this is where they chose to give the whole thigh on him. That's the whole thigh of Predaking right there on his back. Messes up the profile, and he looks really ungodly from the back as well. I do hope we do get an up-to-date version of these characters, and do a cleaner version of them without these pieces, because these guys are really cool, have really cool robot modes. It's a shame that they did this. I mean, maybe it's a sign of the times, because it is an older figure. But that's Headstrong's robot mode. Now let's take a look at what he comes with for accessories. And as for accessories, basically he doesn't come with a gun. They use Predaking's foot as his weapon of choice. The big old chunky foot. His toes are two cannons. Like, you can't be, you're walking around and you're shooting people. Here are the details on it. Just great. There's no color breakup, nothing. That's why when I'm looking at the Toy Hack stickers more and more, and I'm probably going to decide to get those just to pop everything out. Here it is from the top. This could fold. It's an ankle tilt, but you do have some detail in there, which is nice. Bottom has some details, but has a lot of hollow bits back here. But this is his weapon, and now I'll show you how to put it on him. So he's got these slides right here on this side, on that side, so you can put on either side. Then over here you got these railings on both sides where you could put it left or right, and it just goes right in. It just slides right in. Right here, if you want to go for and now that's his weapon, which is, his arm out big like he's holding it. So that's his weapon. Both leg bots are used to feet for their weapons. They don't get a separate gun. But yeah, it's a cool idea, I think. I mean, if you wanted to, if you want to go there, you could do that, just death and destruction all over the place with these things, right? Like I said, there's an option you can do. Comparisons, I'm going to be doing I'm still on the Power of the Prime combiners. So according to directions, that's how I'm choosing these guys. So for Volcanic is the right leg on the directions. It's this guy's Snarl. All right, so Snarl is the right leg. Now you could use any one of them. They all could be everything for the combiners, but I'm gonna go with the directions. So here he is next to Snarl. You can see the height, size comparisons of these two figures. This center twin from Abominus, who also makes up the other leg. Group shot of all three of them together. Very colorful group. Now for his compadres. So here he is with Dive Bomb. Damn it, Dive Bomb. Your wings get in the way. Rampage. It's going to get harder when I try to get all five of them in one frame. But here's a group photo of all three of them together. And, you know, I like how they mesh with their colors. That's one thing I liked about Devastator, and I like about these guys. So this was robot mode for Headstrong. I'm going to do the transformation next, so stay tuned. Let's get this guy transformed into his bull mode. And I can tell you right now, it's not much. It's probably going to be like just this guy on this side like that, you know. But it's got to manipulate a few things. But without babbling, let's get into his transformation. All right, so transformation is pretty basic and pretty simple. First thing you want to do is take his head. You just want to spin it around. Then you want to take his hooves or his arms and basically just bring him up like this on both sides. That's so the front of him is complete. Now I just take this to get this out the way. You don't gotta bring it up that far. I just do it to get out the way. Then we're gonna work on his feet. You want to take these toes, unclip them on both sides like that. Turn them around and bring these up and around and over like so. Just this piece up here, you want to bring down. And then these guys are going to come up and around. Or did I do this wrong? No, I did it wrong. Okay. So these are going to come up and around like this, and they're going to flip this over and then bring these around like this on both sides. Close it down. Again, it's like this. You want to close it down and then bring it down like this. And they're going to tab in to these little pieces right here. You can tab these things into there like that to keep them steady. And then you want to take this combiner leg and bring it down like so. I thought there was, let's see if I do it like this. Yeah. There we go. I think it goes like that. Either way, it's no matter which way you do it, it's still an eyesore. And then you want to take his feet and pull him down out of the cavity and bring him around and unwrap it. So take right by the toe, bring it down and around. So you have that going on. And that's pretty much it for his transformation. It's very, very easy. I mean, it gets the job done. He's in his bull mode. Kind of looks like a bull. So I'll make sure everything's flush and lined up. There we go. So there's Headstrong in his alt mode. All right, so let's take a look at his alt mode now. So here he is. One thing I didn't do when I was doing a transformation and I was fiddling with it was this piece actually does snap in to a port underneath here. I twisted it around and it snapped in, and now it's pretty flush and it's not going to move around or anything. Still an eyesore, but it's in place and it won't go anywhere. So with that out the way, let's get into the details of his alt mode. Starting with his head, it's a nice bright orangish with yellow eyes and a black horn. If the mouth does open, I can't get my finger in there to pop it open. But if you do look right here, of course, you know, as you know, there's his head. There's no covering it or anything like that to hide it. From the front, he's got a big chunky old body. yellows, oranges, and blacks in there. Stubby little arms or legs, I should say, orange and black. But they got really good detailing on it. A lot of mechanical details all over, which is really nice. If this was out of here and it was more streamlined, he'd look probably a lot better. They all would look better without the combiner port, in my opinion. It's the part that ruins the bolt modes. Here's his thigh with more rivets and details. Skinny little hind legs. If there is a tail, I don't see it. Got a gap back here. From the back, it looks pretty unsightly. Same thing on this side. And then on the top is what you saw in robot mode pretty much. Decepticon logo, some nice silver. I like the breakup with the silver on the yellow. And then the bottom is just his face, and you can see his hands and all that. It's just a very sloppy mode. But that's the chunky part. That's the chunk master, or headstrong, I'll say, in his robot mode. I mean alt mode. A big old chunky piece of plastic. Which so far all three of them are like this. Let's do some comparisons. So the first comparison we'll do are the other leg modes from the other Power of the Primes, which is going to be Dinobot Snarl, be the first one. And he looks like he could eat Snarl for an appetizer. Snarl is very... Whoops. I'm very clumsy, by the way. Snarl is very tiny compared to him. Even if you were to do something like a side-by-side comparison, he towers over Snarl. Now here he is with Twin, if I'm saying his name right. I think it's Twin. I get these guys' names like all confused. Twist, Cinnabon. Who the hell knows what his name is? Hold on. Yeah, Twin. I said it right. I know what I'm talking about. Come on. You guys doubted me. And again, a very small size compared to him. Now clearly they don't scale, but who cares? But here's a comparison of them all together in a group photo. I don't care about scale. I really don't. It's going to be a tough one because these things are big and chunky, but I'm going to do my best. So here he is with his buddies. Let's try this the best way I can. I was going to do all like one at a time, but let's just do it like this for shits and giggles. After this, I don't know how I'm going to get the fourth and the fifth one and all in frame together, but I'll try. But here's all three of them together, and I think when the group comes together, you see them all in one big... They look better together than separate. I feel like they complement each other more this way than by themselves. But I can't wait to see I can't wait to see Predaking all together. That's where I think this set is going to shine. And I keep saying it over and over again. But anyway, here is all three of the Predacons so far that I've reviewed in a group photo. One thing I forgot to do, silly me, there is weapon storage for this thing in beast mode. Bring out the foot, like you bring it out like this, right? Now he's got these little pegs back here. You see, well, not pegs, like kind of these hole peg things right here. He's got these right here. So what you do, take it. I guess you could put it like, I think they had it like this. Pretty much, you just it's not a deep port, so it's not like a secure fit. But you have that going on where he's got this big ass cannon that's pointing down pretty much. It's only going to be shoot in front of him, where you could actually store it. I'm just wondering. I thought maybe it would make more sense if it was like that. That would look really cool if they were hip turrets, but unfortunately, well, wait a second. Can we? No, dang it. Yeah, it's not the cleanest weapon storage for this, but that's an option you can do. Not a fan of it. Anyway, that's Headstrong in his alt mode. So, that was my look at Powers of the Primes Headstrong. He is the right leg of Predaking, and what can I say about this guy? I like him out of the first three. Out of the three I did, I like him the best. I like his front profile is really good. It's got a lot of colors, things that pop, things that work. What doesn't work is when you check out his profile and he's got the combiner leg just hanging off the back. This is what's killing the robots and their alt modes is each one's got a limb that's just hanging off of them, and it kind of gets in the way. I mean, it snaps into place, it doesn't move around or anything, but it just breaks up the profile and the mold of the figure. But from front end, it looks really good. The weapon is the foot, and it goes as a rocket launcher on his shoulder and as a big cannon on his back of his alt mode, and it's not the best thing in the world. So far, all the weapons are pretty weak. They don't stay in that well. His clips on pretty solid, but it makes him tend to tip over that way. But you know, again, like I'm not even gonna say it again. I say it way too much. I'm here for the combined mode anyway. But anyway, that was my look at his robot mode, his alt mode. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, all that good stuff. And I got 2 more to go, so it's just 3 out of 5. Thanks, and I'll see you later.